the tree, Reno and Zuri's first Christmas. It is from the two characters are the main characters from The King of Chatham, which is book 2 in the Kings of the Castle series. At the stroke of midnight, I'm going to make love to you under the Christmas tree and give you the best present you've ever received. Reno's temperature rose higher and higher every time he replayed that last conversation with his wife Zuri. He hadn't seen Zuri in 3 months. That's the longest time they've been separated since the day she literally ran into him at the shelter 17 months ago. They had expanded the business and were in the groundbreaking stage of opening a women's shelter in South Dakota. He was surprised to find that the rural areas were in just as much need as the big cities when it came to protecting their women. Zuri did all the legwork on this site and insisted that she be the one to see it through. Reno couldn't argue with that. However, a 2 week trip turned into 12 weeks, and he missed his wife with every breath he drew. Even more so now, since her berry scent had begun to fade. He'd snuggle every night with Zuri's pillow, and the one he instructed housekeeping not to change the pillowcase on. With the flick of the wrist, he checked the time. It was 5 o'clock. He and his assistant Skylar were putting the finishing touches on the Christmas decorations and wrapping gifts for the women at the Second Chance at Life Women's Shelter that he owned. He assured Zuri that he'd be home no later than 7 so they could bring in their first Christmas as husband and wife together, and he had no intentions of breaking that promise. Zuri already insisted that she let the car service pick her up from the airport and for him to focus on the women. Reno intended to do that anyway, as well as scoop up his woman. But he did what she asked, although he wasn't too happy about not laying eyes on her the moment she touched down. He made sure the women in his care had the best possible Christmas under not so normal circumstances, making sure the shelter felt like home. Still, nothing could ever really replace the real thing when the ideal living environment, when it is the ideal living environment. Reno relieved the cooking staff of their duty and hired a catering company. But when Camila, his fellow king Shaz's wife, heard that she insisted on cooking a gourmet dinner with all the holiday fixings, Reno couldn't have been happier because Camila was a beast in the kitchen. It also made his request for Shaz to dress up as Santa easier. He never turned down a chance to feast on one of his wife's meals. Shaz would hand out the presents that the children requested via their Christmas wish list. Reno mailed them to the North Pole, the list that he and Caleb, his closest brother of all the kings, personally shot for with Skylar's help. I know Zuri's upset that she's missing this, Caleb said, as he, Reno, and Skylar wrapped the last of the gifts in the office. All she talked about was Christmas with the women and especially the children. Reno opened his mouth to respond, but Skylar jumped in. Don't worry about why she's not here. Zuri already had her special day with the kids. Skylar grinned, lifting a piece of clear tape from the tip of Caleb's finger. Do you know something I don't? Reno asked, nudging Skylar's arm. Maybe I do. She pursed her lips and tilted her head like a sassy teenage girl. Maybe I don't. See, that's what I'm talking about, Caleb chimed in, pulling his finger back when Skylar reached for the second piece of tape. My woman doesn't tell me anything. Why are you holding out on me? Because you're my boss's best friend, and I can't trust you to keep your mouth closed. That's why. Caleb gasped, clutching his chest. Ouch, that hurts. Zuri met with them on Zoom yesterday, Skylar explained. She read them the night before Christmas and another holiday story. You made me get excited all over again, thinking she had come home early. Reno said, feeling a vibration against his hip. He shifted the red gift box with an oversized gold bow into the crease of his arm, pulling a phone from his front pant pocket. That's weird. It says I have a missed call and a voicemail from Zuri, but the phone never rang. It's Christmas Eve. She's probably telling you to hurry your tail home, Skylar remarked, taking the gift box from Reno's arm. We've got this. Now get on out of here before Zuri puts out an APB. Skylar teased, laughing, and Caleb shared in the amusement. All joking abruptly ceased as Reno released a heavy sigh, frowning and removing the phone from his ear, as if the moment caused him excruciating pain. What's wrong? Caleb asked, inching closer. Zuri's not going to make it back until tomorrow, or maybe the next day. All outbound flights from South Dakota to Chicago have been canceled due to the unexpected blizzard that's supposed to hit us. Oh no, Skylar said, wrapping her arm around him. I'm sorry to hear that. My bad, man, Caleb clamped a comforting hand on Reno's shoulder. Do you want to spend Christmas Eve with me, Skylar, and the girls? Skylar offered a warm smile, nodding her approval to Caleb's suggestion. I'm going to head home. I feel closest to Zuri in our personal space. And that's the setup for Under the Tree, which is available now on Amazon right now. You can find me, my author page, London St. Charles, Instagram, London_writes, Twitter at LSCharles2017, and always on my website at www.londonstcharles.com.
Indeed, indeed.